Self-mastery, the state that we may arrive at when we have gained absolute and conscious control over our thoughts, emotions, desires and actions. To the ancient Egyptians, developing this state through the cultivation of discipline, self-awareness and resilience, combined with a deep understanding of one's values and goals, was crucial. They knew that by learning to master themselves, they would no longer be mastered by the events and experiences in their lives. A simple way of looking at it is this. In our lives, it's evident that we don't have control over the external events that happen to us. For a lot of us, these external situations dictate our thoughts, emotions and actions. We might be having a great day, then all of a sudden, that certain someone comes to you and triggers you in that particular way. In this scenario, the reaction of a regular person and someone who has attained a level of mastery will be completely different. After being triggered, the regular person experiences a surge of emotions, creating a reactive and often defensive state. Then they may release these emotions in the form of anger or frustration on the person who just triggered them, or they might exhibit some degree of restraint and delay their expression. But they continue their day with the emotions lingering, having free rein within their internal state. When we allow these emotions to go unchecked and unmanaged, it creates a certain state within us. Each emotion corresponds to a particular vibration, and when it comes to vibrations, like attracts like. Thus, the person is now operating in the state of vibration of the emotions that were triggered, and so begins to attract more of these situations that correspond to that vibration. The person who has attained some level of mastery may react in a different way. They may feel the trigger just as the regular person, but rather than being carried away by their emotions, they observe them from a space of neutral awareness. This neutral awareness represents a state of detachment where things arise and fall with no judgment. In this place, the trigger ceases to have any power over the individual, and their internal state returns from a chaotic state to a normal state, just as disturbed water returns to stillness. The ancient Egyptians developed the ability to maintain this detached and neutral state through years of meditation and other spiritual disciplines. Really then, self-mastery can be described as a state in which the external no longer dictates the internal. Rather, it becomes the opposite. When we have conscious control over our internal state, we begin to develop a certain sense of sight. This sight is one where we become increasingly aware of and able to identify the illusory nature of the material world. When we see the unreality of things, we become less reactive to the countless forms of manifestation the world presents to us. When we master this state, we are well on our way to becoming true masters of our destiny.